Hello and welcome to the Exalted Empress Tarot. Today we are doing the rest of your week. So if you would like to know how the rest of your week goes, this is timeless whenever you happen to see it. I have number 1, number 2, and number 3 groups. If you would like to pause it, maybe meditate and think which one resonates the best with you, go ahead and do that. And I will be right back with you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. Woo, if you recognize this deck, you are in the right place and your cards are ready for you. We have Judgment in reverse. I'll go ahead and show it to you here. We have our next card. Ooh, the Three of Pentacles. I love this card so much. Busy little bees. We're looking at your week ahead. I will go ahead and let you know what things mean once we get a couple more cards out. I'm also going to do some oracle cards for you on the week ahead. So just bear with me a little bit while I go ahead and get all of your cards out. We have the Five of Pentacles. I like to get all the cards out. I like to see how they're next to each other, which card is above or below the other card. I feel like that really helps. No, that's too many cards. I'll take the top one. You have the King of Pentacles. A lot of pentacles in your week. I wonder if you have a lot of work stuff going on or you're working on some other big project, but we will see. I like to see how the cards interact. That's my thing. I like to see how all the cards interact with each other. Because it's not just about the card meanings by themselves. The best way to tell a story through the cards is to see which ones they bump up against. So I'll go ahead and get you 8 tarot cards and then some oracle cards, and we'll start off with one of those. No, with my nail, they're not letting me grab this card. Ooh, the Nine of Swords in reverse. And don't worry if some of these cards are a little out of frame. I will fix that before the start of your reading. I hope your week so far is going well. If you are in the U.S., today, when I'm filming, is the 4th of July. So happy Independence Day from England. We don't have any beef with now, but, you know, Harry Potter really smoothed things over, you know. I guess we can forgive them. Oh my god, so many cartridges fell. Okay, we have 21, the World. We have the Hermit, and we have 2 of Swords. So let me go ahead and see things out. Oh, we are zoomed in a little too close. There we go. There we go. Sorry, it is tight spacing in here. You would not believe. I'm gonna make it work. And then we'll go ahead and start with your first oracle card. And it is from the Zodiac Oracle Guidebook. So that is this right here. And let's see what card we have. And this is how you're feeling, or a reminder from Spirit about you. Wow, it just decided I'm here. Completely flipped upright. We have Aries number 2. That is what Aries number 2 looks like. And it says, oh, and 32, if you're 32 or 3 or 2 or 5 are important numbers to you, that is a sign that this is for you. Of course, if you feel called to it, this reading is for you, but especially if you have those signs. It says, lead, initiate, and be playful. You are qualified to assume an authoritative role. So maybe you are working towards some business venture. Let's go ahead and look and see what it says in your book, number 32. Oh, okay, there we go. Lead, initiate, and be playful. You are qualified to assume an authoritative role. You can out of a rut if you cultivate confidence and let fun guide your way. So you may be in Aries, or an Aries may be in your life, sun, moon, or rising. If your question or situation has to do with a group, how can you take the lead or assume more of a leadership role? Okay, so this may be an unofficial like friend group or hobby group where you're trying to take the lead here. If you have a vision and plan for how to proceed, don't hide it, okay? Don't dull your shine. Don't feel shy about exercising power. Remember that groups need leaders. A wise and decisive leader is a blessing, not a curse. If you've been feeling stuck or depressed, this card counsels you to be productive about unblocking your energy and getting yourself free. Even if you don't feel it like it right now, draw upon Aries' fiery energy and do something bold. Put on some celebrity music and dance, change into a bright red dress, or call up that person you've been wanting to ask on a date. Aries knows that we've got to put a little extra work into pushing a snowball up the hill before gravity takes over and it begins to gain momentum all on its own. One more fun trick is Aries has up its sleeve, seeing life as fun, even in unlikely or seemingly humdrum moments. Events that seem like bad luck at the time often turn out to be some of our fondest memories, like that time the electricity went out while you were cooking dinner and you ended up eating snack foods and telling stories and jokes by candlelight. Even everyday events can be fun when we remember to see them through the eyes of our inner child. Driving a car on the highway, going to your grown-up desk job, or standing in line at the bank. Can you take a step back and see the current situation through the eyes of a playful child? Life is short. You may as well find joy in the human experience whenever you can. I love that. So we're going to be taking things a little less seriously, and that's how we become a leader. Okay, we bring joy back to the situation at hand. So I'm seeing Judgment and reverse. Okay, I totally see how this is coming together for your week. Let's see Judgment in reverse. There may be something that's not going the way you think it should. It can be because maybe someone did something wrong. But what I'm kind of feeling for you is more that you just have a different way of doing things. And you feel like with the Three of Pentacles, maybe people aren't being as proactive or pitching in as you think they should, or as much as you feel like they could. Okay, so there's a little bit of holding back from these other people in the situation. There's a little bit of hesitancy, and that's not sitting right with you. I'm seeing also, and maybe affecting some sort of fiscal part of that group. So it could be financial. This is something that like collects dues or admission fees. Maybe they're not advertising the group, or maybe some people have a fake version of hierarchy in the group, and so more people aren't coming in, and that's actually hurting the group's finances. Or it could be something else that doesn't actually directly have to do with money. It could be, or it could be not income based. So let's say there's like you can do a fundraiser because there is something that's going on with the infrastructure of the building, right? Maybe people didn't really go out of their way to help out. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking of like a Girl Scout situation. I don't know why that immediately came into my head. Maybe because we all know Girl Scout cookies, but I'm thinking that there's something that people weren't proactive about, or people just aren't proactive in general in a way that you would like. And it's starting to have more fiscal or more real world impacts. And I'm seeing that with the King of Pentacles, that like this is an area that you feel like you have more expertise in. You feel like you have your stuff together. In this case, you feel like you know what direction would be best. This is something that you're very comfortable in. So seeing that you're very stable and they're maybe not so much, or the group maybe not so much, you've been hesitant and you've been holding back on leaning in. You're just kind of looking from afar and going, why aren't you doing more? Why? And kind of judging them a little bit because it's because you know they can do more and you know they can do better. So you're looking at them and you're just like, come on now, why aren't we doing better? Now let's do the Nine of Cups in reverse. Whatever negative feelings you were having about people not doing the right thing is kind of over, and this is more of like a neutral situation. I'm feeling as the week goes on, you're gonna come more and more comfortable, like Aries 32 said, with the idea of going ahead and pushing forward and Spirit is really supportive of that. Spirit is really supportive of you pushing forward and helping everyone else move forward, because I'm seeing with the Judgment in reverse right above the Nine of Swords in reverse. You see how both of these birds are flying upside down? Those cards are like right next to each other. I think all the judgment and all the negative feelings are really going to disappear as soon as you decide to help. Like, you're really going to just switch gears and go, you know what? I know that I have this. I'm going to go ahead and go towards it and help people and help the situation. I'm not going to wait for somebody to ask. I'm not going to wait for other ideas to be proposed. I'm just going to do it. And Spirit is saying that initial push is going to see effects in people really quickly. It's going to be really obvious to you, like, oh, wow, that's all I needed to do was speak up. And now I'm making a big change. Awesome. And then we have Hermit. And this may not be actual isolation. The Hermit usually is isolation. But I'm seeing this one, especially since the Hermit is the octopus in this case and has all these different arms. I think it's going to be more about focus. I think you're going to be really instrumental in having a specific role in helping everyone find their place and what they can do to help out. And you're going to be in the center of that, but like your role may be because you're leading the group, you're not going to be in the mix. It may feel a little bit like weird, like a little lonely at the top, but it's only because you're the one kind of directing everyone at that time. And then we have the Two of Swords. I think there's going to be some sort of a big decision that you're going to help the group make. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. There's like a little hair in my lip gloss. But you're gonna have a decision to make with this. Probably a bigger decision than you're thinking about in which direction the group moves. Ours, by the way, is very unofficial. Like, this is all very just having this social clout. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we have more social clout than we realize. Especially once you actually step up into this role of like, hey guys, this is how we fix things. And you won't believe it. This deck that I just pulled from is the Enchanted Map. So it's not necessarily having to do with animals, but we got another animal card for you with listening and 53. So if 5, 3, 3, both those numbers I already said. So definitely if 5 or 3 are important numbers for you, this is the second time both of those numbers have come up. Or the number 8 are important. That is a sign for you. Listening. So let me go ahead and get to that definition here. Very close, very close, very close. 53, listening. An open heart will hear the message. When this card appears, you're being reminded that there is a time to speak and a time to be silent. Now is an occasion for listening. Pay attention not only to what is being spoken, but also to what is not being said at the moment, for the deeper message is not always obvious. Listen with your heart, not just your ears, and you'll find clarity. Receiving the listening card is a fortunate sign and ensures a greater understanding of your circumstances. Wow. Okay. I mean, that pretty much goes with what we were already talking about, right? There's a time to be silent, and then there's a time to be heard. And this is your time to be heard, okay? We're stepping into leadership. We're taking charge. We're helping guide people. And it's going to lead to a lot of good and positive changes. So whatever that choice is you're going to make, please come back, comment below. I'd love to hear about it. And I will see you next time in the Empress's Court. And if you'd like to see some more of my lives, I am on TikTok and YouTube live. I also have Zodiac shorts every single month, and I will see you in one of those. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. This reading is, of course, about your week ahead. It is timeless. So whenever you see this, it is right for you. Already getting cards. We have the High Priestess in reverse, which I'm just going to go ahead and turn around now. Actually, I'll show you it. This is the High Priestess. We have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Wands as our first cards. So let me go ahead and line those up for you. We also have some other cards coming out. I will have 2 Oracle cards coming out for you, along with the 8 tarot cards that I pull. One will be at the beginning to kind of set us up for the week. The Hierophant in reverse. These all to the side. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Ooh. The Chariot in reverse. Let's get two more cards out. The first oracle card that we have is going to give us some direction for the rest of our week. And at the end, I will pull out a different oracle card from another deck just to square things away. The Four of Pentacles. And then I'll just take this card at the top and put in this card. The Magician in reverse. Okay. And don't worry if one of your cards seems a little bit off of center right now. I will be fixing them before I do the rest of the reading. Oh, nice. We have the last quarter moon as an oracle card, and it says a season or cycle of your life is drawing to a close. It's not quite over yet, but it's steadily nearing its end. So if there's something in your life that you feel like is ending, that is a sign, especially if the number 8 is important to you. That shows up there, and I'm just checking that everything is in frame. Yes, everything looks good. A little bit wonky. Let me go ahead and straighten that out. Awesome. Okay, let's get started. We have number 8, the last quarter moon. A season or cycle of your life is drawing to a close. It's not quite over yet, but it's steadily nearing its end. Tie up loose ends and prepare consciously to complete the cycle. Look deeply, and you will know what is winding down for you now. It may be a relationship, place of residence, or job posting, but it may also be a particular pattern or current within one of these things. In other words, there may be an obvious and literal ending on the horizon for you, or the cycle that is fading away is less tangible but just as real. This ending may seem to you like a pleasant and positive occurrence or an uncomfortable and challenging one. For example, a happy relationship may be ending or an abusive relationship may be ending. You may be walking away from a job you dislike or being stripped of a job you love. A role you have cherished may be dissolving or an unhealthy psychological pattern may be finally be breaking. And truth, whatever it is that you now are wrapping up, well, it's never all good or all bad. It was always a multifaceted experience that offered plenty to learn from and plenty to treasure. Even if the full spectrum nature of the cycle is not entirely obvious to you now, with time it will come into a greater perspective and focus. Remember that all aspects of the manifest world, our relationships, roles, and situations eventually end in one way or another. Sometimes being aware of this brings comfort and sometimes it brings grief. Either way, honor the cycle that is ending. It will not come again in the same form. This has been a unique experience and one that has enriched you and will continue to enrich you as it resonates in your memory and consciousness in the months and years to come. Honor, feel gratitude, and then let go. Savor your final moments of this wave of energy, then release it and make way for something new. Okay, so something is ending for you. And with the High Priestess right here, I feel like you know what's going on. This is not a surprise. This is not something where you're like, oh my goodness, what is it? You know exactly what it is. And you may actually be happy. It may be time. Like, that's what I'm really getting at. Like, it may be time for this cycle to close. Especially with the Ten of Pentacles here. So the Ten of Pentacles is all about finance, the physical world, things like a happy home, stuff like that. And you may have what you need. You may feel very stable, even if you're not retiring, it's one of those things where it's like you have enough where it's like, I would have to do like 12 dumb things before I lost my little nest egg over here. You feel stable and secure. You have people around you. You're just not worried. That's the best way I can say it. You're not really worried. You're not thinking that everything's gonna be gone for some reason. So you're already settled, and there may be the things that are ending. It may be a good or bad job. You just don't need it anymore. You may be able to live a life that's closer to what you want to live. You may be around people that you like more frequently because you don't have to do other stuff. or you may be moving. You may be just living on. I'm getting the feeling that you're just living a whole new life. This is the High Priestess, and there may be some hesitation, but also, personality wise, I'm getting this Queen of Wands card for you. The Queen of Wands is a bad bee who don't need no man. She's got herself. She's covered. She has that confidence. She has her cat. She's good. Okay. And I feel like you know that about yourself. Her and the High Priestess together, you know, you feel comfortable, you're good. And you're going towards something that with the Hierophant in reverse is unconventional. So there may be some pushback on the people who know you, the people who care about you. They may be used to seeing you in how in the life you were living before. So even though they may be informed, you may have some resistance. You may have some people who are worried, have concerns, opinions, as you move on to your next thing. But I feel like this week, whenever you see this, is very transformative. I mean, I'm sure that I'm not telling you anything that is going to surprise you. I'm sure a lot of this stuff you are very much aware of. We have the Nine of Pentacles here. So, yeah, you feel like you're living in the lap of luxury. Like this is your time. You've already put the work in. And even if you don't have like actual big luxuries or anything like that, you know that you have things going on. You put the work in. And so stuff is falling into place and you're seeing it fall into place. Especially with this Chariot in reverse. I feel like you've let go of control. You're on the opposite of what maybe most people would consider leading your life in a certain direction. Instead of having more control, you've had less control. You've kind of let spirit take the lead. You've kind of let go, loosened your hands a little bit to see what would happen. And because of that, you've noticed things going in the way that they were meant to go, things falling into place in the way they should fall into place, the way they were meant to fall into place, I should say. And so, and you're enjoying that, and you're like, I'm not going to change anything about what I'm doing, because when I let things go and fall the way they want to, things feel better, things go better. That's what makes everything feel good, feel like they're going in a way that they were always meant to. And then I'm also having the Magician in reverse. Sorry, I have Four of Pentacles. I'm seeing you may be budgeting a little bit more as you move on to your next thing, which is totally okay. I mean, especially if you're moving on to a new life, you're moving away from maybe a conventional job, you're moving, or just one that like pays less because you don't need that extra income, things like that. You may be budgeting a little bit more, and with the Magician in reverse, you may not feel like everything is as spoken for, everything's not falling into place like it used to. That's okay. That's okay. You've already moved past that point of needing it. So you are moving on to bigger and better things. And you know that. We have Mountain in reverse and the number 6 there. So if that resonates, this card especially will resonate with you. Let's go ahead and pick up this deck or this booklet and see what it says about the number 6 in reverse. Mountain. There is an obstacle to your inquiry. This is not the time to move forward. Wait a while. Be patient, and a way around the mountain will be revealed. Pushing forward isn't in your highest good. Don't try to climb too high to grasp the prize that seems out of reach, because it is for now. If you exceed your limits, you'll find yourself tumbling down and you'll get hurt. Remain open to new possibility rather than stubbornly forging ahead. Interesting. I'm going to read the second half one more time. If you exceed your limits, you'll find yourself tumbling down and you'll get hurt. Remain open to a new possibility rather than stubbornly forging ahead. So it may have been better for me to pick this at the beginning than in the end. I think this is less about you not moving forward in your endeavor and actually about not moving forward with if you were thinking about going back to your old thing, because it's time for a close, right? And it feels like right now that you're already settled in that moving forward energy. If there was anyone calling you back into your old life or things that were happening before, um don't let them get into your head. Like, even if they're a little pushy, you can be like, oh, well, I don't really feel, and kind of hesitate and give yourself time to think on how you're going to tell them you're going to do what you were doing before anyway. The old path is over. The old cycle is over. Other people may have a hard time coming to terms with that, but that does not mean you have to have a problem coming to terms with that. You can live your life happily. If that resonated, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you in the Empress's court, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok. I will be on lives on both platforms, and I have Zodiac shorts that come out every month, as well as all of these long forms, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. Hope you are doing well. I am going to go ahead and tell you a little bit more about your week that is coming up. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you get this, it was meant for you. I will be getting 8 tarot cards for you, and then after I get the tarot cards, I will be getting an oracle card for you just to get us a theme for the reading, and then I'll get us another oracle card at the end just to close things up. We have well, I like to get all of the tarot cards out before I start reading. That just helps me. Page of Wands. Get a full view of the story that is unfolding. So no worries, you guys, on the things. I'm going to take the first 3 on here. 8 of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. Interesting, because I just got the 9 of Pentacles in one of the other groups. And number 8, this is death. Don't forget. Death does not mean death in the tarot. I get 4 more cards for you. Okay, we have the Tower. I will tell you right now, you are leaving something behind for sure. 3 of Wands. There's something that is not sitting right with you, group number 3 this week. We are not excited about it. Let's see. 2 of Swords. Just need one more card. Oh, come on. There we go. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. Okay. I flip some other cards back. Kind of like this Knight of Swords energy, though. Does this fit? Make sure it fits in your lineup. Not so much. I will fit the Knight of Swords in at the end of your reading so that you can have it. And let's get your first card. So, your first oracle card is Virgo 1. So if 5, 3, or 53 are important numbers for you, that is a sign. More signs that this is important. So establish greater order, harmony, and well-being in your physical body or environment. Okay. Will do. Awesome. Sorry, just making sure everything is where it needs to be. So, number 53. Establish greater order, harmony, and well-being in your physical body or environment. Tend to your health and your home. This will bring about a much-needed vibrational shift. Of course, if you are Virgo or have Virgo placements or someone you know does, this may be a sign. Practical wellness is the essence now. You likely already know where you need to begin. For example, if you've been experiencing low energy or other health issues, you can begin by staying hydrated, getting plenty of sleep, exercising, and feeding your body lots of fresh and healthy food. Or perhaps clutter has been piling up in your home, car, or workplace. If this is the case, you can begin by clearing out, then donating, recycling, or throwing away anything you don't love, use, or need. Other ways to lovingly tend to your environment include cleaning your house or workspace, washing your car, pulling weeds in the garden, planting flowers, and tending to your houseplants. In the realm of the body, you might consider getting a massage or energy healing treatment, taking a salt bath, or engaging in other self practices that will boost your radiance and vitality. Virgo is related to Hygeia, the Greek and Roman goddess of health and hygiene. If you're inquiring about a health challenge, there may be a dietary shift or herbal tea that will help support your healing. Relax and tune into your intuition. Okay, so this is about clearing out your space and keeping things calm. I think things are moving out of your life at this time. Some of this is going to be your choice and some of it is not. But I think this week's theme is basically going to be clearing out. So just keep taking care of yourself, keeping calm, having things the way you want them, coming home to a nice bubble bath if that's your thing, having a glass of wine, having a chocolate or two, like anything that keeps you at a state of calm and relaxed while things come in, and just knowing that things may come in this week, but they don't have to be bad, or that you're letting things go. You may just be actively having to have hard conversations, telling people the hard truth and things like that. So we have the Page of Wands to begin with, which is the starting of the week, which is Page of Wands is about a new inspiration, wanting to go in a new direction. Um, and maybe exciting movement for you, but that may require, especially in this beginning, for you to shift away from people, things, places, jobs, stuff like that. So with the Eight of Cups, that's you leaving. That's you deciding that something is no longer meant for you. And I think it's really interesting the way things are lined up, especially in this front row. The first half of the week, I'm feeling very much it's in your hands. So it's going from the Page of Wands to the Eight of Cups, where you leave dancing behind, to the Nine of Pentacles, which is about the lap of luxury, getting things that you want. They don't have to be real luxuries, but it can be, again, treating yourself, taking care of yourself. You can have an at-home spa day, things like that, where you are taking care of you, and that helps you just feel like I'm the queen of my castle, I'm the king of my castle. You are feeling yourself, right? You're just like, yes, everything's going well right now. With death, something is over, but again, you've already walked away from something, so you are fine. With the Tower, I think there may be some like unforeseen side effect of this. So you may, for example, have planned to take some time off in between a new job or something, and then to find out that that job like is gone before you get to it, or maybe you're like, oh, um I had something else I had my sights on, and that opportunity ends up being something different. Like, I just feel like you're mostly in control, and then there's just this weird side effect, this weird thing that comes up, and it is going to be a surprise, but I don't see it as something that derails you. I don't think it like pushes you off your path. I think it's going to be very just like, what the F? But then with the Three of Wands, you immediately go into planning mode. Um, and then Two of Swords, which is having to make a choice. So I feel like you still end up being pretty much in control of the situation, even though it comes out as being blindsided a little bit. Like things just end up working out or being able to easily be planned through, even though they are a shock. Um, and you still get to make the decisions that are leading things through. I also see an Eight of Swords situation. So no matter how surprising it is, you'll figure a way out. And I just feel like a lot of ingenuity here. Like you realize, I'm not trapped here. Like I can figure out a better way to get through this. And with the Knight of Swords, I see that someone is going to come in and help. Like maybe not out of the blue, maybe not out of nowhere, but maybe someone someone you're familiar with. Um, you ask for help and they end up being able to help even more than you were expecting. So I think there's a lot of good in here. I just think it also involves a lot of leaving things behind. And people may be a little iffy about that because people don't like when someone that they relied on or someone they expected to be there goes away. But that doesn't mean we have to stay. We can still go do whatever we want. Especially when you already had plans for yourself, you knew which direction you were going in. We have Compass. 5 is showing up so much today. 5 is the number of the day, which is weird because it's the 4th, but that's okay. The number 5 is important to you. This is the moment. So we have a Compass here, which fits really well with this deck. I will keep that in mind. It looks like they're part of the same set. They're not, but that looks really cool. So Compass is probably about the direction you're going in. And let's see, as long as you orient your compass to true north, the direction of your higher power, you will never be lost. You're entering uncharted territories right now and can expect wonderful new experiences to stay on the highest path of your destiny. You'll need to keep your compass pointed to true north. Only spirit or higher power can serve this function. Money, property, prestige, romance, and other material achievements can't help you find your true path. They are simply things you may experience along the journey. Know that spirit is working in your life. So even if you feel lost temporarily, it will be easy to find your way. Have faith and trust for your compass with spirit, as true north will ensure that you'll never be lost, even on a starless night when all seems dark. Okay. So yes, even when you have that bump in the road with the tower moment, it all will come to fruition. Everything will go maybe not the way you were expected, but in a good way for you. You will be able to plan your way out of it, as well as you having this knight come in and help. You may have to reach out to this person, but they're going to be more help than what you expected. So I hope that resonated with you. If it did, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you in the Empress's court, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok. I do lives on both platforms, as well as Zodiac Shorts every month. And of course, my long form content is over on YouTube, and I will see you there. Bye.